In this video, we will be looking at the Blue Line, or Line 5, of Montreal's metro. Line 5 is an east to west line that runs north of the downtown core between Snowdon and Saint-Michel Stations and provides a connection to the Université-de-Montréal campus. The line is comprised of 12 stations and is 9.7 kilometers in length. The line initially opened on June 16, 1986, with the Saint-Michel to the Castelnau section. This was followed by the opening of the Castelnau to Parc on June 15, 1987, and finally Parc to Snowdon on January 5, 1988. Since that time, no further expansions of the line have been completed. However, in 2018, both the federal and provincial governments committed to fund an extension from Saint-Michel to Anjou. Major works are expected to begin in 2023, with the projected opening in 2029. The line is served by the Bombardier MR73 metro trains. An interesting characteristic is that only 6-car-length trains are used, as opposed to the regular 9-car-length trains. Platforms are all built to the full length of a 9-car-length train. However, there are barriers in place to limit access to only the length of a 6-car train. An additional reason is that one of the platforms at Saint-Michel Station is occupied by a control room, thereby preventing longer trains from stopping. As the line is currently being extended, it is presently not clear if longer trains will be used and whether the full platform length at Saint-Michel will be opened. Let us look at the stations of the Blue Line. First is Snowdon, located in the Snowdon neighborhood, and is one of the 2 transfer stations on the Blue Line that connects it to the Orange Line. It was named for the Snowdon neighborhood, which also happens to host 3 more stations. The station has only one entrance, at 5111 Queen Mary Road. It has a beautiful design, and it is part of an office building of the STM. Having 4 stories, the 2 higher levels are longer than the second level, which itself is longer than the first. That means passengers walk under the higher levels to enter the station. Once in, escalators and stairs lead to the ticket booth and turnstiles, followed by escalators that give an awesome view of the lights suspended from the ceiling that are installed on circular chandeliers. The central tunnel is found at the bottom of the escalators, which holds the main corridor that links the 2 other parallel tunnels which contain the platforms. The tunnels are connected to each other via cross tunnels, with the vertical circulation in the central tunnel. The upper level has the terminus platform of the Blue Line, the Snowdon platform, and on the other side is the Côte Vertu platform for the Orange Line. Station Côte des Neiges. The station was named after Côte des Neiges Road, which is where its 2 entrances are located. The western entrance is the main one, and the building is very somber and elegant, with its brownish colors. The eastern entrance is integrated into a National Bank building and joins the concourse via a corridor. Once inside, escalators head down to reach the concourse. There, passing through the ticket barriers will lead to a set of stairs in the middle that connect down to the Saint-Michel platform. Alternatively, continuing straight leads to an overpass to access the Snowdon platform. The platforms have a modern and low-key appearance, giving them a classy look in dark gray granite. Station Université-de-Montréal. The station was named due to its proximity to the university of the same name, under which the station is located. The station has 3 entrances, with the main one being 2830 Edouard Montpetit. This is one of the most beautiful entrances of the network, being integrated into a mountain. The front consists mostly of windows, which are beautiful in daylight and magic at night, with the impact of the indoor lights. The inside of the station is done in beautiful brown bricks, which can be found everywhere. The turnstiles area is also visually appealing, as it has some natural light from the exterior. A long overpass that runs from one end of the station to the other, suspended above the platforms and tracks, gives access to the Louis Collin entrance. The platforms are quite somber with only the brown bricks on the walls. Yet it is far from boring to look at, as not only are they beautiful, but the architecture of the station opens up to the areas above. Station Edouard Montpetit. This station's original name was supposed to be Vincent d'Indy, because of a music school of the same name located near the station. But before its opening, the name was changed to Edouard Montpetit due to its location underneath Edouard Montpetit Boulevard. The station has 3 entrances, each having an original shape and form. The one on Vincent d'Indy is in the shape of a teardrop. which makes it particularly attractive and unique. Another trait the entrances share is the fact that they are relatively small compared to other stations' entrances, as they only contain stairs that lead to the underground station. Their exterior, like all the interior, is adorned with red color. Due to some entrances being remote, the path to the station itself may be longer than most stations, but nobody will complain because the architecture and colors make you want to be there. The red and pink mixed with white and gray in a modern yet classic design results in one of the most beautiful stations in the whole network. Passing through the turnstiles, escalators descend to the mid-level above the platforms, with the stairs for the Saint-Michel platform on both sides, while in the middle is the overpass to the Snowdon platform. Although this station, like many of those on the Blue Line, might be one of the lesser known to the public, it was originally planned as a transfer station between the Blue Line and a future line that was never built, nor advertised. And even though it took more than 35 years, it will finally become a transfer station in the future when the Réseau Express Métropolitain opens in the coming years. Station Outremont. The station's name comes from the borough of Outremont, in which the station is located. The station has one large entrance with a skylight. This area leads down to the mezzanine level, at which a beautiful glazed terracotta mural on the wall can be seen. After passing through the fare gates on the mezzanine, you pass into a space with an extremely high ceiling, just above the trains below. The beautiful architecture of the station is very reminiscent of the surrounding neighborhood, which even includes an old green Bureau of Outremont lamp post on the Saint-Michel platform. The whole station, and especially the mezzanine and platform areas, are adorned with brown terracotta tiles, which creates a warm and bright space. Seating at the platform level is with stone benches. The station has a big feel to it, from the bright walls and colors to the old Outremont lamp post at the platform level. The mural on the mezzanine is also quite beautiful to see. Station Acadie. This station got its name from Boulevard de l'Acadie. The station has two entrances. Both entrances have characteristics that are often seen on the Blue Line stations, which are classic styles mixed with originality. The colors are a mix of gray and brown, which produced a beautiful result, and added with the directional shapes of the walls, the overall result is very artistic. Even the entry doors are placed diagonally, and the fact that the higher part of the station continues further than the lower part adds an interesting element of design. Inside, the escalators and stairs are placed diagonally, which creates a nice theme. Beautiful black and matte granite squares cover the walls. After passing through the turnstiles, short sets of stairs reach the platforms and are built at a diagonal angle, giving a magnificent view to the area below. The walls also have black and matte granite squares, with the addition of blue ceramic, making a diagonal line throughout the walls, which can also combine as a backrest for the seating. The view from the platform also consists of seeing the overpass, again designed with a diagonal shape. Station Parc. This station received its name from Avenue du Parc. This station has only one entrance, which is at 7245 Hutchison Street, the historical Park Avenue station for trains of the Canadian Pacific Railway from 1931 to 1984. It is a beautiful building that has kept its beauty over the years, even after being abandoned between its functions as a train station to the current one as a metro station. It is made in the Art Deco style, and its four pillars in the front give the appearance that it may be an official residence or a host to an important institution. After entering the mezzanine level, the vastness of the station quickly becomes apparent. The ceiling is remarkably high, and there's a lot of room for passengers to move about, which makes it very practical. The escalators and stairs lead to the fare control zone, which is more modern. A nice aspect of the platforms is the beauty of the overpass, which has barriers that are much higher than other stations. Passengers can still look at train activity below through the four windows in the shape of circles. Station de Castelnau. This station received its name from nearby Rue de Castelnau, which itself is named for French General Noël Édouard, Vicomte de Courrières de Castelnau. The station has two entrances. One is a standalone building, while the other is integrated into an apartment building. The station is covered in travertine limestone, which helps give it a light and warm color inside. From the west entrance all the way to the platforms themselves, beautiful artworks are embedded into the walls, which celebrate Montreal's Italian community and nearby Marché Jean Talon. The design of the station is quite stunning, especially when entering via the west entrance. The path to reach the mezzanine is at times suspended above the open space below and even includes some suspended stairs. The path is a circular one from surface to platform, which helps ensure that all the minute details of this impeccable station are fully observed. Once at the platforms, the artwork continues in several places, notably above the seating areas of the platforms. Station Jean Talon. This station was named for nearby Jean Talon Street, which itself was named in honor of Jean Talon, intendant of New France. The station has 4 entrances, one of which is a fully automated entrance. The entrances are all nice and attractive, each being more independent looking than the others. Having been built in different eras, they constitute a good mix of materials and colors, and each one has its own charm. The Orange Line was originally the only line at this station, and its platforms are the highest. Their design is modest, with most of the walls and floors being colored in tones of gray. Since the Blue Line service ends earlier than the Orange Line, there are grilles and gates that can be closed when it is not in service. To link the Orange and Blue Line platforms, large open spaces were built on both sides of the station. They are beautiful, with orange and blue flooring and grayish walls. Directional panels are suspended from the ceiling, also in orange and blue. In these large open spaces, it is possible to see natural limestone, which is the rock from which the station was built. To avoid closing the Orange Line when the Blue Line was constructed, the Blue Line was built with stacked platforms. The Snowdon platform is the upper one. Trains on this platform have doors opening on the left. The highlight of this platform is a wall mural by Judith Bricot-Klein that represents the transfer between the 2 lines. The Saint-Michel platform is beneath, and despite having a blue floor and blue seats, like the Snowdon platform, the walls are colored in tones of gray and brown. Station Fabre. This station received its name from nearby Rue Fabre, which itself honors Monseigneur Édouard Charles Fabre, who was Montreal's first archbishop. The station has 2 entrances, one of which has a convenience store at the surface. This entrance is also quite spacious inside, with the escalators and stairs located in the middle of the large space. It is also surrounded by glass, bringing in lots of natural light. Heading down into the station, the signature-colored paneling makes its appearance along most of the walls of the station. Made up primarily of various shades of blue, green, and purple, they stretch from the entrances right through the platforms. The mezzanine levels have a honeycomb-style ceiling, which integrates the lighting of those spaces. Platform-level seating almost resembles little seat pods sticking out from the paneled walls. A continuous handrail runs the entire length of the platform and artistically wraps itself around the shapes and curves of the wall panels. Station d'Iberville. The station is named after Rue d'Iberville, which itself was named in honor of Pierre Le Moyne d'Iberville. The station has 2 entrances. However, it is interesting to note that while one entrance has a ticket booth, the other is automated and not supervised by staff. Additional fencing was installed at this automated entrance location to further limit access to avoid fare evasion. The entrance is open to the mezzanine below. From the escalators and through the mezzanine area, the space is lit with green or yellow tinted lights, creating an interesting atmosphere. Natural light also enters the mezzanine from the entrance above. Proceeding to the mid-level above the platforms, the main art piece comes into view over the tunneled portion of the station. It is an aluminum representation of a ship called Le Pélican, which belonged to explorer Pierre Le Moyne d'Iberville. At the platforms, red brick and brown tile make up the walls and floor. Nice solid red benches surrounded by brick make up the seating areas. Station Saint-Michel. Terminus. This station was named after Boulevard Saint-Michel. The station has 2 entrances, both of which show the signature elements of the station, which are a mix of brown bricks and glass bricks. Once inside the station, stairs and escalators lead to the turnstiles. This is followed by another set of stairs or escalators to reach the platforms, from which it is possible to view the straight and curved shapes of the brown brick walls. At the base, stairs lead to the Snowdon platform, while an overpass for arriving metro passengers leads away from the Saint-Michel platform. The stairs to reach the platforms are beautifully realized. The platforms consist again of mixture of brown bricks and glass bricks on the walls, with the central section of each having lighter gray tones. This is the only station which has platforms of 102 meters, instead of 152 meters like at all other stations. To be more specific, This station has room for 6 car trains, while the others have room for 9. This will change in the future for several reasons. The first one is that the Blue Line will expand to the east in the coming years, and therefore it would be logical to extend the station at the same time the line is extended. The second reason is that the Azur trains are not able to split into sets of 3, 6, or 9 cars, like it is possible to do with the MR73. And therefore, as the plan of the STM is to have Azur trains all over the network when the MR73 are retired, this present limitation of the station will change at some point in the not-too-distant future. And there you have it, the Blue Line of the Montreal Metro, 12 stations, 9.7 kilometers in length. Thank you for watching. Learn more about the Montreal Metro by visiting our website at map.railfans.ca. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our future content. Merci d'avoir voyagé avec Railfans Canada. Bonne journée.